Why would your $137 million defensive end say we need the third string quarterback?
Put me in the room with all my haters and see how fast they smile.
It seems personal. Why is it personal? Yo, welcome to Outta Pocket with RG3, hosted by your boy and the lovely, amazing 84-time All-American Grete Griffin. Whew. That's right, people. We are so excited to be here with you. Make sure you go ahead and you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're here already, so what are you waiting for, people? Come on, move the mouse on over. Like, click and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about and who you want us to bring on the show next. We're going to have some guests coming up here in the next few weeks that we're really excited about. So make sure you throw on those notifications. Throw them on now. Go on over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and like and subscribe over there as well, because we can't get this done without you, and we truly appreciate your support. As Gia walks in through the door because she's trying to get a snack from mommy. I'm always trying to get a snack from mommy as well. But go ahead, baby. Let them know how we're starting the show today.
Opening drive. Shedeur Sanders made a statement this past week that he thinks he is better than some starting QBs in the NFL right now. What are your thoughts on this statement?
I mean, he's right. But before we get to that statement, let's go ahead and address what needs to be said. The Cleveland Browns lost.
The Cleveland Browns, guys.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns lost to the Detroit Lions, okay? And Joe Flacco played terrible. So the bottom line is this. The Cleveland Browns need to start Shedeur Sanders. They do, and yes, I know. We know Dillon Gabriel is the backup. He was the higher drafted prospect, and everyone's going to say they need to go to Dillon Gabriel next. But I'm telling you guys, Shedeur Sanders is the one they need to go to. He is the quarterback that they need to start because he's the one that's going to provide a spark, a belief. The locker room believes in Shedeur Sanders. They have no confidence right now. When they walk out on the field, you can see it. Their heads are down. They're not playing with emotion. And that's because their starting quarterback doesn't instill the confidence in the locker room and the people on the field like Shedeur Sanders would. There's a reason that a lot of people voted Shedeur Sanders third overall in the Heisman Trophy race. There's a reason that the media is following Shedeur Sanders like he's Cardi B, because he is a superstar. And right now, if you're the Cleveland Browns and you're Kevin Stefanski, I know you like Dillon Gabriel more. We know that. That's why you drafted him higher. Yeah. That's why you gave him the better weapons in the last preseason game so he could go out and shine. We like Dillon Gabriel. He is a great young man, and he has a bright future in the NFL. But what their team needs right now is Shedeur Sanders.
What do you think Shedeur could bring to the team right now? Like, how do you think he can change the locker room?
Yeah, I just think that when he steps out on the field, you know, they have that phrase, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I don't think that Shedeur is faking it. I think he is really confident, and he's right. Right, Tony Grossi, just want to throw that out there. Tony Grossi needs to stop character assassinating Shedeur Sanders. To answer your question, what he brings them is bravado and confidence. When he steps out there and he flashes that watch, it's perfect timing, the whole locker room goes crazy. The whole sideline feels invigorated. You heard Myles Garrett say it in the preseason, we need this guy. Mm-hmm. We're going to need you, so we need you to go ahead and slide. Why would your $137 million defensive end say we need the third string quarterback? Mm-hmm. Because they believe in him. And right now, the Cleveland Browns need belief. Whew,
I have a look. Honestly, based off of this is deja vu for me right now. Okay. From the Baltimore Ravens. When Joe Flacco was the starter, and the moment Baltimore Ravens put in Lamar Jackson, the crowd exploded. Lamar, even when he was a backup to Joe Flacco, was always what the crowd wanted, what the fans wanted, and what the city honestly needed. Because the city needed youthful, new energy.
Yeah.
Like Lamar, like he brought to the city, I feel like everything that they had been yearning for years. What that Joe Flacco just couldn't give them.
She cooking? Yo, you're cooking with that because it's a similar situation. Now, we're not saying that Shedeur Sanders is Lamar Jackson, but I agree that type of energy that he brought to the team, I was on that team, so I felt it in the locker room when we stepped on the field, and there were some people who had their doubts, but the second he went out there and hit a whoop whoop, it was all over, right? And that's what Shedeur Sanders brings. Yeah, he's gonna get some sacks, he's gonna have his growing pains, but if you're Kevin Stefanski, it is amazing to me that in this moment, the only person who can save Kevin Stefanski's job feels like Shedeur Sanders. It's the guy that he doesn't want. It's the guy that he essentially has said is not ready to play. But if they continue to roll with Joe Flacco, my former teammate, Super Bowl champ, but he's playing like he's 40 years old, and he's not instilling confidence in those guys. Kevin Stefanski is not going to be there next year if they keep going down this road. Yeah. Dylan Gabriel, if they put him in and he plays balls out and they end up making the playoffs, he could certainly save his job. But that doesn't feel like what's going to happen. The Browns need someone to come in and invigorate life into their locker room, life into their consciousness of thinking they can make games and win games.
Exactly.
I think that person is Shedeur Sanders. And we're gonna play Tony Grossi's clip because we have to address the character assassination that's been going on in Cleveland from Tony Grossi himself.
He never met a camera he didn't like. And it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points, he's really missing the viral moments. I laugh about it because I don't take him too seriously anymore. After that Rams game, I need evidence that he could play. All the pro Shedeur fans, and they're passionate about their favorite player, they think something like that is going on. They cannot believe there are players on the team at his position that are better than him, okay? They just won't accept it. They don't believe it. They're just like his dad. He doesn't believe Flacco and Gabriel can play better than his son.
Now, when you listen to Tony Grossi talk about a third-string quarterback and how he is missing the limelight, and he's seeking that attention. Why are you doing that, man? Look at me. I'm the captain now. Why are you doing that? Why are you attacking this young man? Did Deion Sanders do something to you? Did Shedeur Sanders, did Shiloh not answer a question? Did they not take one of your specialized interviews? Because to be talking about a third string quarterback the way that you talk about them seems like you have a bone to pick with them. It seems personal. Why is it personal? Let this young man go out there and let his fans say whatever they want to say. They believe in him. He believes in him. What is wrong with a young black quarterback believing in themselves? And he's right. Shedeur Sanders is better than some of the quarterbacks, the starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. I want you to go look at Trevor Lawrence. Yes, the Jags are 3-1, but it ain't because of Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence got 5 touchdowns, 4 picks, 75 quarterback rating. What about Jake Browning for the Cincinnati Bengals? 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 60 quarterback rating.
I was trying to ask, who's Jake Browning? Is this the Bengals quarterback?
That is the Bengals starting quarterback now because Joe Burrow is hurt.
Oh, wow.
And how about his own teammate? Shedeur Sanders can play better than Joe Flacco right now. Joe Flacco has thrown 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. A 60 quarterback rating. I promise you right now, if you put Shedeur Sanders out there with the number 1 unit, he will perform better than that.
Yeah.
So because he's that confident, because he knows his worth, you're upset with him?
Isn't that what you want people to do? You want them to know their worth? That's probably what you preach to your children, right? Like, you raise them to know their worth, but then when they grow up knowing their worth, then it's a problem?
Makes 0 sense. And listen, I love Geno Smith. Like, loved him at West Virginia. Love his story. But he has been god-awful this year. God-awful. Geno Smith, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You don't think that the Raiders wish they would have drafted Shedeur Sanders right now? I'm not trying to mess with nobody's money, and I think Geno Smith could turn it around. But 6 touchdowns and 7 picks? You telling me that the Jacksonville Jaguars wouldn't love to have Shedeur Sanders right now and partner him back up with Travis Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
What? Come on. Nobody is building Shedeur up to be something that he's not. He showed us what he was at Colorado. He showed us what he was at Jackson State. Look at Colorado now.
Yeah.
It is not easy to play quarterback at a high level. And part of it is knowing that you that one. And Shedeur knows that he's that one. All he needs is an opportunity. And I believe the Cleveland Browns should be the ones to grant it to him because he's the only one that can save their season.
Period.
What we got next, baby?
Moving on to Viral Spiral. Well, we got 5 viral spirals for you guys. At number 1, number 2 Oregon versus number 3 Penn State.
Ooh-wee.
Number 3 Oregon gets a big win on the road over number 3 Penn State in a double overtime, finishing 30-24, sealing the game when Dylan, now help me out, Hesiman? Hey, Dylan T intercepted Drew Aller's pass in the second overtime. Stop laughing. QB Dante Moore completed 29 of 39 for 248 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a game-winning 25-yard strike to Gary Bryant Jr. in overtime. With the win, Oregon moves to 5-0, 2-0 in Big Ten, extending an undefeated regular season streak and doing so in one of the toughest environments of the year. Talk to us about the game, baby.
Yeah, I mean, the game was phenomenal. When you look at it, the whiteout, I mean, I would love to experience that as a broadcaster, just to be able to call one of those games. Penn State fans are some of the most passionate and dedicated fans I've ever seen, and that is why I feel absolutely terrible for Penn State fans. They are going through the ringer. Yes, they win a lot of games every single year, but check out this stat. My man James Franklin is now 1-18 in Big Ten regular season games against top 10 opponents. Oh, Lord. Let me tell you what that's like. You know the movie Titanic?
Of course.
Okay, you know Titanic look beautiful when it takes off from the show, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's real big and beautiful, got the lights and everything, got all the hors d'oeuvres and the shrimp and the sweet and the sushi and all that stuff. And then guess what? Guess what you know at the beginning of the Titanic movie? What's going to happen, baby?
Well, it's going to hit the iceberg.
It's going to hit the iceberg, and then it's going to what?
Sink.
Then it's going to sink. That is what Penn State is right now under James Franklin. Great coach, but every time they play a top 10 opponent, they are the Titanic. They going to sink. They're going to take off and look real pretty, and then at the end of the day, they will end up underwater in a loss. To me, it's the most heartbreaking thing if you're a Penn State fan. I'm also looking at this and saying to myself, Dante Moore, clutch. Really clutch performer as a quarterback. The Oregon Ducks, for me, they're number 1 in the country. They're the number 1 team in the country because, yes, they beat the number 3 team in the country, but it was the way they beat them. They beat them on the road in the toughest road environment in all of college football. Mm-hmm. That, to me, puts them directly to the top. And I got to say this, who wouldn't want to play for Dan Lanning?
When I saw his post-game presser, I think everybody would.
No,
the yell this man let out before the sideline reporter came to him, he said, like, that's how you know you were stressing over that game the whole week.
Like he's a football guy. Yeah. Look at the picture. Like, look at his picture when he's screaming, the energy, the focus.
The veins in his face.
This girl would love to play for Dan Lanning. That's how much he makes you want to run through a brick wall, and I know his players love him. To me, I can't wait till we get to sit down with Dan Lanning on this podcast because the passion he brings to football is the beauty of the game. He is in it with his players. He ain't there for himself. He ain't there because he's just trying to make a ton of money. I know he is, but he is there because he believes in his guys. No, every guy that has ever laced up their cleats would be honored to play for Dan Lanning. That's how much his guys believe in him, and that's how much he makes me as a 35-year-old want to go back a couple years, see if I got another couple years of eligibility. That's the type of coach you want to play for. Who's next?
Number 2, number 17 Alabama versus number 5 Georgia. Alabama wins on the road and hands Georgia their first home loss since 2019, ending their 33-game home winning streak.
Ooh.
The game ended with 24-21, and QB Ty Thompson passed for 276 yards and 2 touchdowns and also ran for a score, pacing the Crimson Tide's offense. Kirby Smart is 107-13 against non-Alabama teams and 1-7 against Alabama.
Oh, no.
What did you think about that game?
Just another beautiful road win. You talk about Alabama. I got that question for Alabama fans.
You still got beat by FSU.
Wow. I wasn't going to
Continue.
Listen, I was ready to give y'all your props. But the Seminole over here had to jump in and say you still lost to Florida State. Now that's funny. And we're going to get to Florida State too because they lost to Virginia.
Dang!
But no, I got nothing against Florida State.
You are an alumna by marriage.
That is true. The Seminole in my heart is only you, baby. Okay? So let me get back to the Alabama fans. Once again, great win. But I got one question for Alabama fans. Do you like me now? Kalen DeBoer, do you like me now? The grass ain't always greener on the other side. Alabama fans have been talking about we need to get rid of Kalen DeBoer. We need to go find a new coach who's more like Alabama because we miss Nick Saban. Who wouldn't miss Nick Saban? Who wouldn't miss endless amount of national championships? Who wouldn't miss the bravado and the confidence and the toughness of Nick Saban? But guess what? You got to move on from Nick Saban. Yeah, and Kalen DeBoer, as we said weeks ago, is a great football coach. Listen to what they did. On third downs, Ty Thompson, welcome to the Heisman race, buddy. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. You're playing your butt off. I love the fact that he went to the press conference after their loss to Florida State and said, we got to be better. I got to be better. I will be better. And guess what? He's been better. All right. On third downs, the Tide went 13 for 19 on third downs. Okay. And they held Georgia to 2 for 8. That's what we call winning the money down. That is the sign of a well-coached football team that can execute in the crucial points of a game. Not only that, yes, they jumped out to a 17-7 lead, but they also held on to that when Georgia stormed back, making their comeback. Yeah. I love the way that Ty Thompson has just been executing. 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, taking the throws that are there, making big-time throws at the end of games. And when you talk about Kirby Smart and Georgia fans, yes, you guys won back-to-back national championships, but it's the discipline right now that's lacking in Georgia. It's the, what do we call it? The speeding violations, right, from the student athletes outside the facility. People think that's not a big thing, but it is a big thing. And
it keeps happening over and over again.
And I do think that is something that has held Georgia back over the past few years. It's the discipline. Yeah. It's the ability to execute. Right now, Kirby Smart, you said he's 107-13 against non-Alabama teams. And he's 1-7 against Alabama. You know what that reminds me of? I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. And you know where that's from? It's from The Office. Right now, Kalen DeBoer is like Michael Scott. Okay, he's closing all the deals at Dunder Mifflin. But guess what he's not doing? When Alabama shows up, he's cooking his foot on a George Foreman. That's what he's doing. For some reason, he just stubs his toe every time. I don't know what it is. Alabama shows up, the Crimson Tide just floods him. Knocks him out. Kirby Smart has to find a way to get the discipline back in his program. Once he does that, you will truly see the 107-13 against all non-Alabama teams record will continue to show up because Kirby Smart is one hell of a football coach. I talk about Dan Lanning and loving to play for Dan Lanning. I'd love to play for Kirby Smart. But he's got to get that discipline back. It's not about what everybody else's record is against Alabama. It's what his record is against Alabama. What we got next, baby?
All right, Viral Spiral number 3. Number 13, Ole Miss versus number 4, LSU. Ole Miss defeated number 4, LSU 24-19, handing the Tigers their first loss and moving to 5-0 overall, 3-0 in SEC play. Quarterback Trinidad Chambliss threw for 314 yards and executed a clock-killing trick play late to seal the victory. The Rebels defense held LSU to just 254 yards and including a mere 57 rushing yards, applying sustained pressure when it counted. What do you think about that game?
I think for Ole Miss, you have to say to yourself, we must protect this house. Everybody else is losing at home. Ole Miss said, no. We gonna win this thing. And I put Ole Miss in my top 5. Why? I put them at number 3, actually, because the way they won the game, Lane Kiffin should be up for Coach of the Year right now. He should be leading that category because it's the story of his quarterback right now. I don't know if you guys know this, but Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback for Ole Miss, he's starting right now, but he was the backup when he came into the season. And this guy's story is unbelievable. No Division I scholarships coming out of high school because he had limited recruiting buzz. So he decided to commit to Ferris State University. He spent 3 years at Ferris State University, which is a Division II program. And he developed himself, proved himself. And last year at Ferris State, they won the Division II National Championship. Okay. He got All-American honors, and he won the GLIAC Player of the Year. So then he entered the transfer portal, and Ole Miss said, you know what, we think this guy's a proven starter. We're going to bring him in. And he comes to Ole Miss, and he's backing up Austin Simmons, who is an incredible quarterback and still has a bright future. But when Simmons got hurt, Trinidad stepped in. He was shameless. And he has only shown himself to be one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football ever since. I watched him make a throw on 3rd and 14, and that let me know. I broke it down on Twitter. You can go check it out here. Here's a link. We'll put it up on the screen. You can go look at this on Twitter. We broke that down with a friend of the show, Coach Dan Casey, and it was 3rd and 14, the play of the game, and he threw a strike over the middle on a dagger route that most quarterbacks would have peed in their pants if they tried to throw it. He was so confident. He understood where his eyes needed to be. He understood how much of pinpoint accuracy he had to throw. And he threw his receiver from a closed window into an open window right in the middle of the field, just out of the reach of the defender that was guarding him. It was unbelievable. And when I went back and watched the game again, it wasn't just the amount of total yards and the yards that they held LSU to, because LSU's got one of the worst offenses in the country. Let's just be real about it. They have not performed to what we thought that they would be. But it was little things. You talk about third downs. Ole Miss was 8 of 16, 50%. If you can go 50% on third downs, you're going to win a lot of football games. LSU was 2 for 11.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just Trinidad Chambliss. It was the defense. It was Lane Kiffin's decision-making throughout the course of the game. You talk about turnovers and penalties. Ole Miss had one fumble, one pick, and they had 14 penalties. What does that mean? It means that if Lane Kiffin can get his team to be a little bit more attention to detail, they could have blown LSU out.
Yeah.
Those penalties kept LSU in the game. LSU had one pick and 7 penalties. So they won the penalty battle, they won the turnover battle, and they still lost the game. Mm-hmm. That's how you know this Ole Miss team is for real. Because even on an off day, they were still able to manhandle the Tigers. I don't know what you thought, but I know when I look at Chambliss, I say he's second in the Heisman right now.
Okay.
He's second in the Heisman race, and we'll get to that in a little bit.
Also, I want to bring up with that game, Whit Weeks is dating Lane Kiffin's daughter.
Oh, snap. Talk to me now, baby.
This has been trending more than the game the whole week because these two decided to just hard launch their relationship on the week of the game.
No. Let's be clear. In case you don't know, Whit Weeks is a starting linebacker for the LSU Tigers, which is a very prestigious position to be in, but a very precarious position to be in if you are dating the daughter of the
other team's head coach,
who is your rival.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, so they decided to hard launch their relationship the week of the game, and then more and more clips clearly started resurfacing. Yeah. And during the game, Whit Weeks is seen throwing up while literally lining up, like it's about to be go time. He's lining up and he's throwing up at the same time. So people were saying that his girlfriend, gave him food poisoning before, so your dad can win.
Yo, if Landry Kiffin gave Whit Weeks food poisoning, talk about who the real MVP is. Oh my goodness, talk about your allegiance. Well, we don't know. Is she pulling for Ole Miss or is she pulling for LSU? Mm-hmm. Guess what? She is her daddy's daughter.
It seems like it.
All right, what we got next, baby?
Number 4, viral spiral. Chiefs versus Ravens. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 37-20, and now the Ravens are 1-3 of the season. I know, kind of hard to believe, but it is what it is.
Lord.
The Chiefs offense was in full gear with Patrick Mahomes throwing for 270 yards and 4 touchdowns, distributing scores to 4 different receivers. Kansas City also dominated in efficiency. They converted 4 of 4 fourth downs, committed 0 turnovers, and scored on most of their early possessions, building a lead that they never surrendered. The Ravens, meanwhile, were heavily impacted by injuries, also losing their star quarterback, Lamar Jackson, to a hamstring issue, which we will hear more about probably this week.
Yep.
They lost him in the third quarter, and they were already missing multiple key defenders.
Yep.
So, what a tough game to watch as a Ravens fan. What did you think, baby?
I'm depressed, guys.
He said I'm depressed.
I'm so sad.
I'm not there yet, but that's starting the season off 1-3 can't be good.
I'm so sad, guys. Baltimore was great to me. And I don't know how to handle this one. I really don't. Because when I was watching the game, it was just so sad.
You need a hug.
I do need a hug, baby. Can you give me a hug?
Oh my God, you're hot.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She said, I'm hot, y'all. Hey, we good. We gotta go. Show's over, man. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you for the hug.
You're welcome.
It was, I think I speak for all Baltimore Ravens fans when I say the Baltimore Ravens are no longer playing like a Raven. In my time there, I really felt like the identity of the team was hard-nosed, physical.
The team.
Effort, high execution, undeniable will. You know, like, if you're a Raven, you ain't never giving up. It ain't about a podcast. It ain't about tweeting. It ain't about looking good. You just want it to be dirty. The Ray Lewis style, dirty football. Ed Reed style, dirty football. Pick sixes. And I don't know if they have that anymore. And I just got to say, Lamar Jackson comes out of the game with a hamstring injury. And if Lamar Jackson is out for an extended period of time, the Baltimore Ravens season is over. Bottom line, it's over. Because when I watched Cooper Rush go out there, nobody on the field believed they could win that game with Cooper Rush at quarterback, period. You saw that from the fans in the preseason. They didn't believe it because he didn't prove it. Yeah, he might have won games in Dallas when Dak Prescott was out, but that was in Dallas. That's a different offense. This is a different beast. The Baltimore Ravens, their lifeblood is Lamar Jackson's playmaking ability. Yes, he has the best passer rating in NFL history, and a lot of that is because of his ability to operate from the pocket. Yeah. But no one runs that offense like Lamar Jackson runs that offense. It's why he's a 2-time MVP. It's why they paid him so much money. So when they're struggling with him and they're down Kyle Van Noy, Broderick Washington, Nnamdi Madubuike, they're down Jair Alexander, they're down 6 different starters on defense. Ronnie Stanley goes down, Nate Wiggins goes down. Marlon Humphrey goes down with a calf injury. And you just see them slowly just getting pounded. I mean, pounded by the Kansas City Chiefs. That is not playing like a Raven. I'm very worried because I know the fans are calling for John Harbaugh's head. I know they're calling for defensive coordinator Zach Orr's head. And I don't love that. Why? Because John Harbaugh was the best coach I ever had in the NFL. She knows that. I believe in John Harbaugh. He always has his players back. I know he's going to take responsibility for what happened. But without Lamar Jackson and 7 different starters now on defense, and without Ronnie Stanley,
there's only so much you can do.
Derrick Henry's had issues protecting the football. They're going to have to feed him more. Lamar Jackson's hamstring is hurt. Is that the end of the world if he's out for an extended period of time? Yes, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the Baltimore Ravens fans' world. If he's out or he's out there and he's limited athletically, that is also very problematic, especially if your star left tackle is out.
Yeah.
Who's going to protect him?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. The Ravens have to find a way to get back to playing like a Raven, and they can't lick their wounds. No one is going to feel sorry for you. They wear a shirt in the building and it says, nobody cares, work harder. Mm-hmm. They got to get back to the tough nose part of that. Shut down all the media outside of the team. Shut down all the distractions. It makes me feel like they missed their opportunity last year. They had the best, I feel like I'm about to cry on here. They had the best roster in football last year, and they were healthy. Healthy teams are the ones that compete the most at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are the best at the end of the year. And now here for the Ravens, they're hurt early. But if I had to be a betting man, if they get back righteous and Lamar Jackson's injury isn't too serious, come the end of the year, if they sneak into the playoffs, nobody's going to want to play them. Mm-hmm. So they have a choice here. They're 1-3. Season's not over. If Lamar is out for a long time, season's over. If he can come back and be the Lamar Jackson that we know and love, they can sneak into the playoffs later into the year. They're going to be dangerous, but they got to make a decision now. We're going to start playing like a Raven again.
Yeah, I totally agree. Also, I feel like the Ravens mantra when you were there was like so tough and so badass. Like, you know what I mean? You thought of the Ravens, you thought of all the things that you said. Like, clearly we're not there right now, so I don't know the ins and outs of their team anymore. But like now you have Lamar as a starting quarterback and his backup is Cooper Rush.
Yep.
And I feel like it's two completely different styles of football.
100%.
When Lamar was there when you were there, Lamar's backup was Robert Griffin III. Robert Griffin III's backup was Snoop.
Yes.
All played the same style of football. So
Correct.
if one went down, the team knew I can trust the next guy.
Correct.
The second guy went down, the team knew I can trust the third guy.
Yep.
And they won many games with all three quarterbacks playing. So like you said, I feel like they're in such a bad place with now the quarterback situation that Lamar went down because. Right. Like you said, when Cooper Rush comes in or in the locker room, like, I don't think the guys really are like, yay.
Yeah, no. Shit, you just sparked an idea. Bring me back, baby. Listen, I got maybe if Lamar done for 3 games, I can get you 3 games. I can get you 3 games, okay? We can run the same offense. I can get you 3 games. Nah, I might fall apart after that, but I'm going to get you 3. Okay? I'm going to give you them 3. I'm going to give you everything I got because I believe in this organization so much. I believe in Steve Bisciotti. I believe in John Harbaugh. I believe in Eric DeCosta. I believe in Zach Orr. And I know people are like, he's giving up. At some point, it's execution, man.
Yeah.
Players got to make plays. Make the plays for your coach. Save his job. That if you want your guy to be the guy, save his job. That's all I gotta say.
Number 5, viral spiral: Cowboys versus Packers. The game just literally ended. I'm sorry, cut that out.
Here we go. Start at the top.
Viral spiral number 5: Cowboys versus Packers. That game was the biggest back and forth I have ever seen in my life.
Really
when
was,
one
though.
scored, the other one scored. When the other one scored, the other one scored. It was literally all the way until the end of the game, which ended in overtime with 40-40. So, what's your thoughts on this game?
Tie games suck. Come on, man. Ties? Listen, it's 40-40. It's Sunday night football. It's a back and forth affair. Jalen Tolbert makes a great catch on the sideline to get him down there in overtime. You're talking about George Pickens goes off, has an amazing game. Jordan Love is flinging the ball all over the place. Josh Jacobs is running like a man possessed. And the end of the game was a tie.
Micah Parsons is back in the Cowboys.
Oh my gosh, Micah Parsons. You know who won the revenge game? The Cowboys. Why? Because nobody won. I hate tie games. The players hate tie games. I think collectively everybody as fans believes that tie games are the worst thing ever. And you know what? I'm going to put it on Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, you know I love you, my guy. He was my quarterback coach in Washington, but his lack of aggression at the end of the game Once they got into field goal range and not continuing to try to push the ball down to even go score a touchdown to end it in regulation was a problem for me. Can't get conservative, my brother. And then secondly, his aggression at the end of the game almost cost him an opportunity to kick the game-tying field goal. I hate tie games, guys. I hate tie games. Let's move on.
That's You Got It, baby. Your segment coming up.
And when she says my segment, she means her segment. That's right. Go ahead, throw up the clock. Boop. 2-minute drill with Grete. All right, we're going to stop the time. Every time I ask a question, it'll only start once she starts to answer. Ready?
No. Yes.
Ready?
Am I?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And boom. Cardi B and Stephon Diggs.
Oh, baby.
Cardi B just confirmed during a CBS Mornings interview on September 17th that she is pregnant with her 4th child. This will be her first baby with NFL wide receiver for the New England Patriots, Stephon Diggs. She got some pretty steep backlash because of a separate paternity suit that was filed against Stephon Diggs about someone claiming that the baby was his. They got to go to Maury. And she has 3 children with Offset, if you did not know. What do you think about the criticism she received for getting pregnant with Stephon Diggs? Go.
Is Cardi B 15?
No, she's
Cardi
not.
B is a grown woman. If Cardi B wants to have a baby with Stephon Diggs or anybody else, she is a grown woman and she can choose to do that. She is no longer with the father of her other children. So what's the problem with her going to have a baby with her boyfriend? I understand if you say she had a baby out of wedlock and whatever you believe in. But Cardi B is a grown woman. She can have a baby with Stephon Diggs or whoever else she chooses to. And I think criticizing a grown woman for her decisions is kind of childish.
Yeah, as long as they raise the kid together, all's well,
Yeah,
right?
you know, fix your relationship with Offset to the point where you guys can co-parent, where your siblings can grow up together, and your baby with Stephon Diggs knows that the babies that you have with Offset are siblings, and I think all will be great.
Some people are calling for her to cancel her tour. What do you think about that?
For what? Because she's pregnant?
Yes.
Come on, guys. If one thing Cardi B has proven to all of us is she ain't canceling that tour. She did that tour pregnant with her when she had her 3rd baby. She was pregnant all the way until 9 months on her tour. So one thing we know about Cardi B, she gonna probably work even harder when she's pregnant. So you go, girl.
Pregnant women can do anything they put their minds to.
Facts.
Stop the clock. Second question. Here we go. Ayesha Curry and Killer Mike. All right, there's a dispute online. Bookie Woods did a video, and we're going to play that video for you now if we can on the screen now.
I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but Ayesha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a about her, how desperately she wants to get attention from other men, how locked down she feels with the kids. Every interview she goes on, she unwarrantedly forces us to listen to her vent about her not wanting to be with her husband. She wants to go be Glorilla or something. Like, we get it, bro. Just go drop an album or something. Like, stop embarrassing this man, bro. It's getting pathetic.
So after hearing that, Bookie Woods came out and basically said that, Ayesha Curry is doing too much, in his opinion. And Killer Mike, rapper philanthropist, came out and commented underneath the video saying that my ninja said she gonna be glow. Man, Steph doesn't deserve the embarrassment. For real, God bless. Well, that caught the attention of Steph Curry. He came back and said, not you, Mike. Quote, you better than that. Stay in your lane. We are good over here. Whew, there are a lot of tensions around public commentary on private relationships. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, those names are throwing me all the way off. So Bookie posted the video, right?
Correct.
Okay, Bookie is allowed to say whatever he wants to say because Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry, everybody's a public figure, so
Correct.
Say whatever the hell you want. But the Killer Mike then coming back, who allegedly has a relationship with Steph Curry, right?
Yes.
And to talk about then maybe your friend's wife that way is crossing all the lines. So I'm fully with Steph and Ayesha on this one. Check yourself, stay in your lane, and do not come for my wife, because if you're acting like we're cool, but then behind closed doors you're telling me that my wife is an embarrassment, like I don't think our relationship ends over here. So Killer Mike, all the way wrong.
Do you feel like people have Twitter fingers online but smile in your face?
What? Every single day. I've seen it with my own eyes. With myself, with Robert. It's called put me in the room with all my haters and see how fast they smile.
And that's 2 minutes with Grete.
Hi. All right, moving on. Baby, let's hear about this week's top 10 Heisman Frontrunner.
All right, let's throw the Heisman top 10 up on the screen, and you're going to notice a couple new faces that I cannot wait to tell you about. All right, guys, here we go. Number 1 is new. Dante Moore from Oregon. We talked about it earlier. They went into the whiteout at Penn State and pulled off an amazing victory. So I got him in number 1 right now. He's 4th in touchdown passes in the FBS with 14, and he's 5th in the FBS in completion percentage. Okay. He's tearing it up. Dante Moore, if he is not at the top of your Heisman list is wrong. Ooh. Number 2, also new, my man Ahmad Hardy. That's right, the running back from Missouri. It's not just the quarterback list. Sometimes the running backs make it too. He's 1st in the FBS in rushing yards. He's tied for 1st in rushing touchdowns. He's got 3 straight games of 130 rushing yards or more, and 7 straight games dating back to last year of 100-yard games. Okay. This guy runs the rock like it's the last run of his career every single time. Eli Drinkowitz called on the media to show his man some love. Well, guess what? I picked up the phone. We got Ahmad Hardy there at number 2 because he's earned it. Missouri's undefeated, and this man is rolling. All right, number 3. We got Julian Sand from Ohio State. Number 4, I went ahead and put that boy Trinidad Chambliss, quarterback from Ole Miss there.
Trinidad James. Gold all of my chain.
Hey.
Gold all of my ring.
What?
Gold all of my watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah. All right. Number 5, we got Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Indiana. They had a really close game this past weekend against Iowa. They came out on top, so he's staying there at number 5. Number 6 was our old number 1, Marcel Reed, quarterback Texas A&M. Listen, they were on a bye week, and some other guys had some impressive performances, so he's got to catch back up this week. Number 7, Diego Pavea, quarterback from Vanderbilt. Now, what?
Is that the guy that had the bet for Tate McRae, the date with Theo Von?
Oh, that is correct. He made a bet with Theo Von that if Theo Von got him a date with Tate McRae, that he would allow Theo Von to take his mom on a date. Listen, bruh, you can't be using your mom's.
Some Zach Wilson stuff.
You can't be using your moms as bait. What are we doing? Just, you know what? Slide in them DMs. Trust me, it works. Okay? Slide in them DMs, bruh. But anyway, Theo Von already came out and said that he did slide in the DMs for Tate McRae, but then he also offered to date Tate McRae as well. So I don't think don't let Theo Von get near your mom, okay?
What is happening
the man is already hitting you backwards twice, all right? But Diego right now, in his last game, he had 6 touchdowns, okay? That means that he is just... Oh, what is this? He's the first Vanderbilt quarterback since 1996 to account for 6 touchdowns in a single game.
Oh, wow.
When you talk about Vanderbilt is back, man, Vanderbilt ain't back. Vanderbilt is here.
Yeah.
Here. They have changed the outlook on what people think about when they see that logo. When they walk on the field, no one is saying to themselves, oh, man, we got an easy dub now. Vanderbilt is showing themselves to be a contender. And when you look at what they've been able to pull off, they're 5-0 right now, 3-0 in SEC play, okay? And also, for the first time since 1915, Vanderbilt has scored 30-plus points in each of its first 5 games.
You say 1915?
1915.
Oh,
I wasn't alive, were you? I'm
Real
just
funny.
kidding. I'm
Real
just
funny.
kidding. So that's our guy Diego. At number 8, we got Joey Aguilar, quarterback from Tennessee. He didn't have a perfect game. He had 1 touchdown and 2 picks, but I think he's played well enough this year to start climbing his way into the Heisman conversation. At number 9, I got Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. My man, you said it. You're going to be better. You have been better. And I can't wait to watch Alabama go up against Vanderbilt this week.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
That's going to be a great game. You're going to see a lot of these guys knock each other off of this list because they're going to be playing each other over the next couple weeks. And at number 10, a little bit of a surprise, I got Sawyer Robertson, quarterback from Baylor University.
Is that a surprise?
Are
we surprised, guys? Come on.
Come on now. Don't you do that to me. I am unbiased. I'm the most unbiased announcer in all of sports.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Sawyer Robertson is the best quarterback in the country. He's the best quarterback in the country.
So then why you have other quarterbacks ranked over him?
Because they're 3-2. They've lost 2 games. But if they keep winning, Sawyer Robertson will continue to climb this list. Let me tell you why Sawyer Robertson is the best quarterback in the country. Right now, he's first in passing yards in the FBS. He's got 1,713 yards in 5 games.
Wow.
He's first in passing touchdowns. He's got 17 touchdown passes in 5 games. And he's only got 3 interceptions. That is a magnificent touchdown to interception ratio. He's got 2 400-yard passing games this year, 2 4-touchdown passing games this year. He's thrown at least 3 touchdowns in all 5 games this year. And he had 5 total touchdowns in his last game against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, who just fired their legendary coach, Mike Gundy. Baylor's offense is the literal only thing that is keeping them in games this year. They're having to outscore everybody. And who's at the centerpiece of that? It's Sawyer Robertson, the guy who transferred from Mississippi State because everybody had given up on him. The guy who lost 2 back-to-back quarterback competitions at Baylor because they didn't think he was good enough. Well, guess what? He played down the stretch last year, led them to 6-0 to finish the season, in the regular season. And now he is leading this offense, which might be the most dangerous in the Big 12. Texas Tech is the best team, but this Baylor offense is competing with everybody. And you can't show me a quarterback in all of college football right now that is playing better football than Sawyer Robertson. He is the best. He is playing himself into becoming a top 10 pick. And that's all I got to say.
Hey, based off of those numbers, you're clearly right.
All right, baby. Oh, I forgot one other number for Sawyer. It's his 5th straight game with at least 3 passing touchdowns, and it's the longest streak by a Big 12 quarterback since Kyler Murray in 2018. What did Kyler Murray do in 2018? What did he do? Oh, yeah. He won the Heisman. Y'all better stop playing with Sawyer Robertson because he ain't playing when he throwing around that pill.
Okay.
What we got next?
All right, moving on to hometown highlights. Robert was working this past weekend, as usual, calling... Yes?
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah.
What you mean? Yes, I was working.
He was in West Virginia, Morgantown, where he called Utah at West Virginia. It was pouring rain the entire game, but... Take it away, baby.
Yeah,
How was it?
It was honestly first time to Morgantown, West Virginia. The people were great. Put out a tweet asking the people to tell me where to go. We went to Kegler's, got some of their signature wings with the crew. Jason Benetti, Alexa Landestoy, Bo Garrett, our sideline producer, Andy, Darren. It was a great time. We enjoyed the meal. And then in the morning, they told me go to Tudor's. So went to Tudor's.
Tudor's and Kegler's.
Got one of the biggest biscuits I've ever seen in my life. The biscuit it was a buttermilk biscuit with eggs, bacon, hash browns, and a whole lot of deliciousness. Okay, then I got another one with the same combo, but with chicken. So eggs, chicken, bacon, hash brown. I only ate one of them because it was way too big. Not gonna lie. Listen, guys, I love to eat. I love to eat. Okay, but good God, look at this picture. I put this picture. I posted it on Twitter. Look at the picture of these biscuits. These biscuits were made.
I haven't even seen that picture.
These biscuits were made for Sasquatch. Okay, biggest biscuits I've ever seen. So big that the locals were telling me if you eat one, you don't eat the rest of the day. So That was awesome. But to get to the game, Utah really needed to bounce back. I said it multiple times on the broadcast. They needed to bounce back like a basketball. Okay, when you get knocked down, you got to come back up, man. When you dribble a basketball, it hits the floor, but it comes right back up. And you guess what? You got to shoot your shot like Steph Curry. They shot their shot. Devin Dampier had a bad game against Texas Tech. He came back, had a career-high 4 passing touchdowns. He looked incredible. He did it through the air. He did it in the pocket. He did it on the run, and he ran the football, smashing 3 Mountaineers, should I say, 3 West Virginia Mountaineers into the end zone on his touchdown run on a truck concept. It was a beautiful thing to see. They were 8 for 8, I believe, on third downs in the first half. They ended up going 8 for 13 in the second half as they brought other guys into the game, but they held West Virginia to 4 for 14 on third downs. Again, I'm going to continue to harp on winning the money down. You have to win the money down.
28-0 at halftime? That game got so out of hand quick.
It was out of hand extremely fast. They had no answer for him. And I will say this for West Virginia, I think they should start the young quarterback, Khalil Wilkins. When I watched him in pregame, he looks the part, and his decision-making was better at the quarterback spot than I believe Jalen Henderson's was. He was more decisive. He ran the football upfield a lot better. He was willing to throw the football down the field. And I think he might be their best bet for this season as they continue to get used to, Rich Rod gets his team used to his system again. But no, I thought it was a great game. And then this upcoming game that I have is TCU versus Colorado. That is a Saturday game at 7 p.m. In Fort Worth. And that to me, I love the quarterbacks. You got Caden Salter, quarterback for Colorado, who got benched earlier in the year, came back, and has played really well ever since. And then at TCU, you got Josh Hoover, who would have been in the Heisman race again if they wouldn't have lost this past weekend to Arizona State. Sam Levin and Tyson went out there and did their thing. So you're looking at 2 teams trying to rebound, coming off losses. Colorado lost a bad one. Not a bad one, but a close game to BYU. Really a heartbreaking game for them because one more loss for Colorado and they're probably out of the Big 12 race. But I'm looking forward to going on there, sitting down with Coach Sonny Dykes. Kaz Kazadi was my strength coach in college. He's the strength coach at TCU. Go get in the snow room. You know what I'm saying? We love to play in the snow and just have a good time calling college football games. I don't know why she's making that face. She knows I love playing in the snow. You know what I'm saying? That's her. But yeah, what we got next?
Well, I have a good story with that. When you go to work, our youngest daughter Gia, who's 2 years old. So when Robert goes to work and he flew back on a red eye, if you would call it that, and he landed in Houston at like 12 midnight, and our daughter Gia at like 11 o'clock was practicing in the living room how she's gonna run to daddy at the airport. And then she's explaining to me how she's going to hug him. And then she's like, and then I'm going to give him a kiss. And then we're going to be all happy and go to the car. Like, it was so cute. She practiced for like 5 minutes how she's going to do it, explaining it to everybody. And then she fell asleep in the car and didn't get to do it. Broke my heart.
Oh, my goodness.
It was so late that she tried so hard to stay up to see daddy and she couldn't do it.
Well, I will say this. They told me about this, and it was a very touching story. Like, we've seen Gia run after me when I'm driving away in the car because I've got to go to a game. I stop the car, come in and hug her. And like they always say this about dads, when you have girls, you love forever. And all of our kids are incredible, and having that 2-year-old Gia do those types of things, I'm just waiting a couple more years because at some point she's going to be like 4 or 5, and she's not going to have these cute stories to tell. And guess what, guys? That's when we're going to have the boy. And I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh my God, I did not see it going there at all.
But I'm so happy. And listen, Gia did end up waking up once we got out of the car and got home. She woke up, she saw daddy, and she was so happy and excited that she waved at me and fell back asleep.
Literally, that's literally what happened. She was on my shoulder, looked up, saw Robert, waved, and it's cute. Also, while you were working, me and the kids went to see the new movie Gabby, Dollhouse.
Oh!
Honestly, such a cute movie.
Was it?
Very cute movie. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen the show Gabby, Dollhouse on Netflix, our girls love it.
Go ahead.
Now also Gia's starting to love it.
What was the theme to the movie?
I want to say it was like you're never too old to keep playing. Like a girl kind of abandoned her toy, and the toy was like so sad, and like the toy's entire life was ruined because his owner stopped playing with him. So I feel like the point was you're never too old to keep playing and never like kind of give up on your toys. So it was a very cute little concept for little kids. So I liked what they tried to do there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
If you guys have seen it, let me know if you liked it too or no.
No, I haven't seen it. So, but I do play with my toys. If you can't see them back here, Goku, Super Saiyan, Goku, Ultra Instinct, Goku, Ultra Beast.
Those toys are loved. They are happy.
Oh yeah, they're very happy. You know, the kids play with them. I do what I can, but I also have a drawer in the closet that has all of my toys from when I was a child. And I told my wife, I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep these for the kids. Why? Because kids love those mementos from the past. It's the most rated drawer in our closet. The toys are everywhere.
They have no heads, no arms. Half of them have one leg.
And I can't tell you how hard that was for me.
Butts are out.
I can't tell you how hard that was for me to watch some of my favorite toys get destroyed. But if they were going to get destroyed by anyone,
but a lot of them already came into this house with no heads.
If they were going to get destroyed by anyone, I don't know what she's talking about. I never destroyed my toys. I took care of my toys. I would love them to be destroyed by my kids. So let's get to your kids, though. Florida State.
Well, I was going to say, didn't we just talk about my kids?
No, let's talk about your Florida State Seminoles. What happened?
So this will be our hometown lowlight. We lost.
Oh my God.
Actually, we played really freaking well, okay?
Yeah,
so
okay. Go ahead.
We lost, but we played well. We lost 46-38 to Virginia in overtime. Like, you can't be mad at that.
How y'all give up 46 to Virginia?
I don't know that.
Okay,
But
Virginia's a good team, though. They're a good team.
Thomas Castellanos was a Superman.
Yes, he was.
He drove all the way down the field, stalled until he put his cape on and threw for an 11-yard touchdown to Randy Pittman Jr. So I got nothing bad to say about Florida State. What you got?
No. I want y'all to know what happened during this game because she's talking about in regulation when Thomas Castellanos threw the touchdown to basically send the game into overtime.
Yes.
All right. He went out there. I don't know how him and the receiver found a way to make this happen, but it seemed like Florida State was destined to win this game. Right after he caught the pass, she looks at me and she tries to jinx her own kicker.
Lies told on Twitter.
Her own kicker.
Lies told on Twitter.
She said to me, well, he did miss a kick earlier in the game, so let's see if he can make this one. I said, what are you doing?
He did miss it.
I wasn't even while I was sitting in the corner. I could hear what happened. I saw the touchdown pass, and I'm sitting there like not looking at the screen because I'm more the kind of guy like if you want to, you're trying to root for a team to win. I'm not trying to watch it. I want to hear that they won. I want to hear that they made the kick. She said she jinxed the kicker. I jumped in front of the screen so fast. I'm like, I can't believe you just said that. But he made the kick.
He made the kick. Okay, good job.
So now this takes us into the second half, which is really where my problem is. Listen. No matter who wins the game is going to be the game. Virginia played extremely well. Head coach Tony Elliott had his guys ready to play, and they look like they've turned their program all the way around. But there's no way in hell that the referees should have allowed Tony Elliott in the I think it was the second overtime, to go out there and send his offense on the field when in the second overtime of college football games, you can't kick an extra point. You have to go for two. He sent his extra point team out there and then brought them back and they didn't run the clock. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who say, well, they had a timeout, so they could have just called a timeout if the clock ran down. But the point is, those refs needed to make Tony Elliott and Virginia do their job. Make them do their job. Tell them we're running the clock. We're not going to hold the clock so you can then claw your kicking team back off the field and have a fresh 25 to run whatever play you want in this 2-point conversion because you made a mistake. You could see the camera pan to Tony Elliott on the field, and he was like, damn, not bad. I thought it was the third overtime that we didn't have to kick an extra point and we had to go for two. That to me was a colossal failure. Bless you. You know what I'm saying? To me, as a football lover, bless you, a lover of the game of football, you have to make the coaches know the rules. You have to make them and the refs have to make Virginia make them do their job. That to me was the issue. Yes, Florida State ended up not scoring, and Deuce Robinson had one of the wildest, weirdest non-catches I've ever seen. If there wasn't slow-mo, they would have called that a catch. But guess what? There was slow-mo, and his hand slightly came off the ball. So it is what it is. But when you have moments like that, it leaves it up to people's imaginations to say, what if they made them call that timeout? Would Florida State have been able to stop that 2-point conversion?
Unfair either way.
So I just think that to me was a colossal failure. It was a great game, but that right there, the refs got to be better.
Period. Yes, refs, be better. Okay? Don't mess with my team. Do not mess with my team.
And then lastly here in Hometown Highlights, we got to talk about the Washington Commanders. Man, oh man, Washington didn't play very well. They lost to Atlanta Falcons, who had just gotten beaten by the Carolina Panthers. It's early in the year, and, styles make fights. But when you allow Michael Penix Jr. to have the best game of his career, and you allow Bijan Robinson to have basically one of the best games of his career, it's never going to be a good thing. The Washington Commanders got overpowered by the Atlanta Falcons offense, which has been sputtering all season long. Penix had 313 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Bijan had 181 total yards from scrimmage, including a 69-yard catch and run that set up a big touchdown for them. To me, Washington, Jaden Daniels didn't play, right? So they had Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Terry McLaurin didn't play because he has a quad injury. But even with them, it feels like it was just the Falcons' day. And the Commanders have been too up and down so far this year, and their defense has to improve. If they want to have any chance to, go farther than the NFC Championship and potentially make a Super Bowl, yes, they need to get healthy. They don't need to rush Jaden Daniels back just because they lost one game. They won last week, and Mariota played good enough for them to win today if they had any semblance of a defense. But they got to get healthy, and they got to find a way to stop teams in the red zone. The Atlanta Falcons were unbelievable in this game, and I really look forward to seeing what kind of adjustments the Washington Commanders make.
Look, it's week 4 and everybody's hurt. Like, so many of the big time players are hurt.
I agree.
Week 4 already.
I agree.
It sucks.
It sucks a lot. All right, that is the end of our show, and we appreciate you guys sticking with us through it all. Once again, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to go back and look at some of our old videos, we've got great ones with Shallow Shedeur, Shedeur Sanders. You're talking about interviews with Dustin Poirier, the Diamond, Demetrius Johnson, Dana White, you name it. We basically got it, and we'd love for you guys to tap in with us and tell us who you want us to bring on the show next in the comment section. And also tell us what you think about the episode. We're making these shows for you, so we want you to have an input too. All right? Remember, take that clicker, click, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go set the notifications on social media. Go find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make it happen. We can't get this done without you. And before we let you go, we want you to know that you're not doing this alone. God is with you. Whatever you're going through right now, understand that you are not alone. Pray about it. Work hard. Stay dedicated. Your breakthrough is coming, but you are not alone in this world. We're here for you. God is always with you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.